Hello and welcome everybody. This is Abhishek from Mumbai Talkies Entertainment, and today I'm joined by a wonderful artist, Shibani ma'am, Shibani Kashyap. As you all know, is a singer, composer, and an actress. She has done many songs in her whole tenure, and she gained a popularity from as if I'm right, the radio jingle that she sang for the first time, and also "Ho Gaye Hai Mohabbat," her debut song. So, ma'am, we would like to welcome you on that note, and it's a pleasure to have you on the channel.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Thank you.
Yeah,
But I must say that, you remember my very first jingle. That was when I was maybe 18 years old. But since then, the journey has come such a long way. I think you
yeah, right.
forgot to mention my biggest song that people have loved, which is Sajna Abija.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yes, of
actually,
course, God has
actually,
been
ma'am.
great. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
actually, I was not around when you made your debut, so I've just researched some of your things, and that's the first thing that came up. You know, so that's how it is. But I'm really, it's really a wonderful feeling to have you here with us. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you
yeah,
for inviting me.
can we begin then? Can we begin the
Yeah,
questions?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Please.
Shibani ma'am, we all know that you are called a pop star in India, right? You have been into Western music, and also you've been doing a blend of Indian and Western music. So we have also learned that you're very much connected to Sufi music in the classical. So can you share something about connection with the Sufi music that you have?
So Abhishek, yes, you're right. I'm really, the definition of what pop music in India when it started, indie
Yeah,
pop, back in the 90s, and it started with albums like Ho Gaye Mohabbat, which I sang, and we won so many awards for that. And there's a plethora of artists like Sunita Rao and Shweta Shetty, and so of course they were a generation senior to us, but it was a glorious time for indie pop, and I was very inclined towards doing music which was very westernized, very modern, very westernized, and very like in the pop culture. So for the longest time, I would, I also had a band called Black Slade, and I
yeah.
used to sing rock
In
music.
Delhi,
I used to
you
sing,
you were in that band in Delhi, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
So I was actually in the pop, indie pop, and the rock culture. So I was singing rock, I was singing pop, I was singing classic English pop as well, making my own independent music also. And I was very focused on being a pop star, so to speak. Pop stars are really being being a complete package, complete musician, performer on stage, dance on stage, sing on stage. I used to play the guitar also. I mean, I still do, and of course uh, so the music leaning was very different. Now Ho Gayi Mohabbat became a rage, and after that, I had to make other albums, and when I was working on my next album, I wanted to change something within me. Every artist should reinvent. मतलब आप सेम चीज बार बार नहीं कर सकते हो ना, it
Yeah.
becomes very repetitive. So that's been my endeavor always in my music, कि हमेशा कुछ नया लेके आओ अपने म्यूजिक में, something new. It means अरे यार, this is fresh, this is
Okay.
something new. So what happened was that I used to listen to Sufi music, but I was a little alienated to it,
Okay.
even though I'm semi classically trained. I mean, I still train, and I think semi classical or classical music in India is the most beautiful and divine thing to to practice or to pursue. It's a great thing for your foundation as
Yeah.
an artist and as a musician. But I never used to really bring it in my music. So my songs used to be very influenced by Biddu and Nazia Hassan and Zoe Hassan, those kind of
Yeah.
artists, or from the West, like Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey or whatever. So anyway, I happened to meet a very dear friend of mine who became a very dear friend of mine later. Somebody called Murad Ali, who is
Yeah.
Muzaffar Ali's son.
Yeah.
So मुजफ्फर, उनकी ना एक फिल्म बनी थी उमराव जान, आई एम श्योर सभी को पता है उमराव जान
Yeah.
के बारे में,
Yeah.
देखा. So as a kid I had gone and seen that film, and वो बहुत, it left a huge and a deep impression on me. Even though I was a kid, I was like, oh my gosh, I was so, something about my maybe the old soul in me came out, and I was like, I really connect with the music of this film, the lyrics, everything is, it's like everything is poetry in that film. The way she acted, the way they,
Yeah.
the way she dressed up, the way the music, Shahryar साहब की जो music था, Khayyam and Shahryar made the most beautiful blend of music in that. So somewhere, वो गाने मेरे अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा deeply, they had a deep impact. And there used to be this huge competition in India called the Sangam Kala Group vocal music competition.
Yes,
Or
yes.
incidentally, इस competition में even Sonu Nigam has participated. He has come out of there as a winner. Sunidhi Chauhan, and I too have participated in this competition, and it really is a rigorous one, by the way. इसमें बहुत सारे levels होते हैं, right from preliminaries to quarter finals to semi finals to finals, और तब जाके आप उस आखिरी पड़ाव पे when you reach and then when you win, it's like you actually feel that मेरी तो मतलब coaching अच्छी खासी polishing यहाँ पे हो गई है. It's a wonderful thing. So I chose to in the two categories, when I was in the junior category, I chose to sing Dil Cheez Kya Hai.
Okay.
And I was a little kid actually, and when I was singing that on stage, people were like, यार एक छोटा सा बच्चे को कैसे इतना भारी भरकम intense song ये कैसे गाएगा? But I got the first prize,
Oh.
so there was something within me naturally which obviously really loved this kind of music. So actually speaking, I am very, very, very inclined towards ghazals. So
Yeah.
ghazal singing is something which I have learned from my mother. She is a classically trained singer, and she used to also sing with Begum Akhtar ji in Lucknow. So my mother has taught me all of this. So obviously somewhere intrinsically it is there.
Yeah.
So many years later, cut to many years later, when I met Murad Ali in early 2000 की बात है ये, तो he was like, we all, everybody knows you as a pop star, but आज मैं तुम्हें एक जगह लेके जाना चाहता हूँ. So he just said कि उस दिन Thursday का दिन था, मुझे ये भी याद है. So we went to the Nizamuddin Dargah here in Delhi. I am from Delhi, by the way.
Yeah.
तो हम वहाँ गए and so it seemed like a very old world charm suddenly. The place is bright and beautiful. People are immersed in divinity. और वहाँ कवाली चल रही थी. And the Kavals were singing so beautifully, and ऐसा था कि there were no mics, there was no mic or whatever PA system. वो गा रहे थे वहाँ पे parapet पे बैठ के, and I said इतना power, मतलब वो गा रहे हैं और हम कितना दूर तक सुनाई दे रहा है, इतना अच्छा गा रहे हैं. So I think we spent some 4 to 5 hours listening to them, and I think that day something changed in my music from there on, and that's when I started jamming. I started listening to the music of Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Saab.
Right.
I got deeply immersed in that, and I embraced that music in my life. I can say very officially. And then I did an album called Nagmagi, which was Jugalbandi of Shairi and Qawwali. And then soon after that, I did Sajna Abhija, which is also a very, very it has Sufism in the song. It's very ghazal-like, the song, and it gave me my entry into Bollywood as a composer and singer. So. Yeah, I think जब आप नए म्यूजिक फॉर्म्स को embrace करते हो, आपका एक कुछ नए रास्ते खुल जाते हैं. So that's how the background is and the story is when you said कि आपका ये सूफी म्यूजिक की तरफ कैसे एकदम से रुझान हुआ.
So ma'am, you just mentioned your song Sajna Abhija. So can you tell us more about that? How did it came to be? How did you got motivated, or if to say so, that to sing a song like that?
So Abhishek, I used to, those days when I used to create my albums, I used to create it from a feeling or एहसास, कोई भी एहसास होता था, I used to express it through my music. So if it was हो गई मोहब्बत, it was actually depicting the teeny bopper culture, हो गई है मोहब्बत. It's a very happy song. Like till date, Abhishek, whenever I sing that song, people are smiling and there's so much of joy in their faces, and people know that song is a classic pop. So it's a blessing that we can create songs like that जो 20 साल तक भी classic और इतने rage रहते हैं and in demand रहते हैं. Sajna Abhija I did not create for a film, to be honest with you. I was just feeling a lot of loneliness at that point in time. I was feeling very melancholic and little sad in my life. होता है ना कभी-कभी आप थोड़े से melancholy में चले जाते हैं. And the melody just came to me, and melody के साथ-साथ lyrics भी ऊपर से कुछ अपने आप ही आए. It's like you become a medium.
Yeah.
So I just picked up my guitar and I just used to strum that song sitting on my terrace. And I used to just light candles and मैं माहौल भी बना लेती थी, like full loneliness का और क्या कहते हैं उसका. And it just happened. And then I was like, why not, जब एक चीज बन रही है रोज रोज वो गाना मेरे को, it's hitting me every day. So I must go ahead and record this song. And I recorded this song. But immediately after that, I was leaving for UK. And वहां पे मैं जा रही थी तो I was exploring some musicians there and music scene there, and I happened to meet these set of musicians who worked with Bali Sagu and many others.
Yeah.
So I said, I have this melody, so can we collaborate on this? Can we make the music together on this? So वहां पे फिर हमने music वहां पे बनाया उसका, and उसका result बहुत ही interesting निकल के आया उस. And in fact, in the voice we added something जो उन दिनों में 2003 की बात है ये. The song has something called a vocoder auto tuning effect.
Okay.
जो अब तक इंडिया में यूज नहीं हुआ था किसी भी म्यूजिकल किसी भी सॉन्ग में. So I used that, and it came out very unusual. And then when I came back, we were about to release the album and everything, and I happened to meet my friend Shashank Ghosh. He's a filmmaker. Everybody knows Shashank Ghosh.
Yeah.
जिन्होंने खूबसूरत बनाई है, जिन्होंने वीर दी वेडिंग बनाई है. And that time he was making his first film, वैसा भी होता है part 2, which was actually Arshad Varsi's comeback.
Yeah.
After he'd done after he did his first film. So मैंने ऐसे उनको गाना सुना कि ऐसे शशांक एक म्यूजिक वीडियो का सोचते हैं, कुछ प्लान करते हैं with this song. तो he said, यार ये गाना it fits into one of my situations perfectly. It's like, it's almost as if I had telepathically told you about the situation. So that's how it all happened for me, and I wasn't very keen. I was like, नहीं यार फिल्मों में मुझे नहीं गाना, because फिल्मों में बहुत high pitched voices की जरूरत होती है. Because even 2000 तक अगर आप तब का म्यूजिक सुने तो अलका याग्निक जी की आवाज या फिर कुमार शानू जी, उदित नारायण जी, साधना सरगम, ऐसी आवाजें बहुत चल रही थी जिनकी बहुत हाई पिच है. एंड द सॉन्ग्स यूज्ड टू बी लॉन्ग 7 to 8 minute long songs. So I said, where will this song, where will my voice, it doesn't fit in Bollywood, यार रहने दो. So he said that Shibani, let's make a difference. मेरी फिल्म के साथ बॉलीवुड का म्यूजिक चेंज होने वाला है, because with your song I will change the sound and the music of Bollywood. We were quite scared, but we didn't know that it is going to become one of the most big blockbuster hits of Bollywood.
Yeah.
So ये गाना फिर shoot हुआ, and he requested that you will cast you as the character singing the song, because you are expressing your loneliness and I need a character, so why not take only you? And this will also be very beneficial for you, because people will also recognize and put a face to the voice. So not just this song, I ended up doing 3 more songs in the film. Tum Bas Tum, Prem Dunk. तो बहुत मजा आया. फिर उसके बाद तो there was really no looking back. एक करके back to back I did about 17 to 18 films, and it has been a wonderful journey. And ये मैं कहना चाहूंगी that एकदम से वो back to back journey जब चली, फिर उसके बाद 2019 या 2020 में जब लॉकडाउन होना शुरू हुआ, ये सब हुआ, तो suddenly there was a break in music in Bollywood, for me at least. I don't know about the others, but I think then I started focusing on doing originals and singles and all of that. That's how it happened.
Yeah. So, ma'am, I would like to say this, that when we didn't know much about indie music, you were one of the flag bearers that that popularized indie music in our culture, because earlier it was only classical, and it was Bappi that was doing his thing, but it was not so much craze about indie music. But then you came along, and then certain if I call it, it's a revolution happened in indie music.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do owe a lot to you, in fact. And
oh no, thank you so much.
And
not just me, there are so many amazing musicians
yeah,
during that time who created. We were all a part of that revolution. I think you said just the right word. Revolution is the word.
Yeah. And also I cannot relate to one more thing that you said, that that you become a medium when you about to write music or sing a song. You become medium. I also tried becoming a singer, but then that didn't happen with me, because I couldn't become a medium and nothing just came into my mind, so I just left it. So that's what I wanted to say, that I could not relate it to you. that way?
See, you can, if you see, singing is something which is a blessing. It's a
Yeah,
gift that you have. आपके एक natural gift होती है, talent होता है, right?
yeah,
So I was talking about, of course, if you have the talent, I don't think anything can stop you. But when you become a creator, like a composer, when you become a lyric writer or a composer or a music director or a screenplay writer, or a film director, uh, then sometimes, to create something, you need inspiration. And
yeah,
sometimes it happens in a very divine kind of a way where you just sitting suddenly और वो आपको एक thought आ जाता है mind में कि यार मेरे को
yes,
ये इस गाने को ऐसे compose करते हैं या melody आ ही
yeah,
जाती है आपके जहन में
yeah.
एक melody आ जाती है. So that's how it's been happening for me actually, and I leave it to the Almighty कि आप मुझे बताओ कि ये इस ट्यून को कैसे हैंडल करें. And if you connect, I think that time when you make those kind of songs, वो हमेशा आप देखेंगे वो गाने बहुत ही evergreen और super hit हो जाते हैं, because there is the blessing of God in that song.
So, ma'am, you recently did a live show in Arunachal Pradesh, if I'm not wrong. So, can you tell us about that? How was your experience, performing there?
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic. Performed to a crowd of almost 10,000 people. And it's been 2 years of lockdown, as we all know that, and
Yeah,
COVID and pandemic, and the COVID is still here, it's still not
yeah,
gone.
yeah, yeah,
But I think taking such a bold and a wonderful step like this, where we will have to kind of live with this uh, pandemic, and yet deal with it in a very sensible way. uh, तो क्योंकि आपको पता है कि because of that, the work had really suffered, especially
yeah,
artists and entertainment.
yeah,
But I think it was such a huge blessing that I was a part of this show. I performed to such a huge and a massive crowd after such a long time. I've been performing to the camera, doing virtual shows, and of course smaller gatherings, 50 to 100 or 150. But such a huge crowd, it felt like magical. It was a magical experience for me. And I must give you a little background about Arunachal Pradesh.
yeah.
It
Sure,
is a
sure, sure,
land of
sure.
the when we performers go to different places to perform, we really get to know so much about that culture and about that place.
Yeah,
So Arunachal Pradesh is the land of the rising sun, because as we all know it, the sun rises there the first
yeah,
in India. So 5 a.m. the sun rises. So I don't know, मुझे लगता है कि वहाँ के जो लोग बड़े positive और बड़े energetic होते हैं, because it's from 5 in the morning to 5 in the evening. It's like peak hours, and it's glorious, and it is a very naturistically, it's one of the most beautiful places in India that I have actually visited. The rivers, the mountains, the valleys, the waterfalls, the roads, everything is it's and the sky is absolutely blue. It's beautiful. So I really had a lovely opportunity to explore Arunachal also. Not just I went to the place called Seppa where I performed. So they were actually celebrating 50 golden years of their completion of the state. Ki Arunachal
yeah.
Pradesh up 50 years has completed. So it was a festival called Nyokum Yulo, which for which I performed in the opening ceremony.
Yes.
And we had of course, there were very big names like Sanjay Dutt ji, who was there because he's the brand ambassador of Arunachal Pradesh.
Right.
There were other artists also like Salman Ali and Jubin Nautiyal, who were performing on the other days of the festivals. So it was a fantastic experience, and I couldn't have asked for more, because I also got to travel and explore the place. Also got to shoot a song of mine. I am coming up with a new song. So I said, कि क्यों ना इसकी shoot हम यहीं करते हैं. So I took our DOP along also for the show. So it was a fantastic experience.
Okay, okay. One more thing I wanted to ask you, that the music industry has been continuously changing, and when it comes to recognizing or giving recognition to female artists, it has changed quite a bit from early times to now. So how do you see this change, and do you welcome it, or is it still something in a progress that you need more of it in the future?
So yes, I think slowly and gradually things have changed a lot.
Yeah.
When I started my career as a singer composer, I think I was probably the only one who was also daring to compose music in Bollywood. And I used to hear a lot of comments and, you know, criticism कि अरे आप तो female हो, आपको तो सिर्फ गाना गाना चाहिए, आप compose क्यों कर रहे हो, and all of that. So I was like, no, it is about self belief, and my work will speak for itself. So, and also the guitar, I mean, I play the guitar, so it started with that.
Yeah.
So when I would pick up my guitar and actually start playing it in a concert, people would be very amazed, impressed also, but some would say, "Arey, why, how can a girl play a guitar?" So there were these biases that have been there for the longest time. And I think when some few of us take up the challenge and kind of break the bias and inspire others, it's a very good feeling. And I think it's wonderful to see such amazing female artists who are emerging and who are doing so well, like Jasleen Royal, Sneha Khanwalkar, you know, who've actually been composing music for the full film and giving blockbuster after blockbusters. And so that's a great feeling. I wish there are more of them also. I wish that abhi bhi ratio bahut kam hai.
Yeah.
You know, it is still pretty much a male dominated industry in terms of the music industry, so to speak. So I think there should be more girls. Like we don't see bands where girls are performing on the drums, or girls are there's a full girl band which is performing the, you know, which is playing the instruments also. So ऐसा हो जाए तो मजा आ जाएगा, because women should break that barrier and that niche, you know, and get in. I mean, should not just be a niche.
Yeah. Okay. Lastly, we do want to want you to sing us a song.
Sure.
Because Women's Day is around the corner, and we are sort of doing this because of Women's Day. So if you can dedicate a song on the eve of Women's Day, that would be really, really grateful.
Sure. So, you know, instead of singing Sajna Abhija, I'd like to sing a song which I've composed especially for women. So let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
सदियों से लिखती आई खूबसूरत कहानी, आंखों में भरे कई सपनों के रंग आसमानी, a dreamer and achiever, that's who I am. I'm a woman, I'm a girl, this is my story. I'm a woman, I'm a girl, this is my story. I'm a woman, I'm a girl, this is my story. Excitement भरा मेरा आज है, सर पे खुशियों का ताज है, जब चाहूं चले मर्जी मेरी, दुनिया को मुझ पे नाज है. I reach for the stars, I die for the fun. Nothing is impossible for us girls. I'm a woman, I'm a girl, this is my story. I'm a woman, I'm a girl, this is my story.
Yeah, that was really amazing song, ma'am. Really amazing.
Thank you.
And on that note, it's been a real pleasure to have you here with us, and I'm really grateful to you for giving us the time, giving your precious time to us, and we would surely love to have you back on our channel. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.